Are you ready for the final episode? If you missed the first 4 episodes, the links will be down in the description. This was originally going to be 2 separate videos, but that would be 6, it would be a weird number, 5 works much nicer, and I was on a roll, so I figured why not just get it done tonight. Right off the bat, we find Team Yell harassing this poor doctor again. He really cannot catch a break. They say something about it being their duty to protect Dreadnought. Apparently they need to convince us with a battle, so let's go. Team Yell's Linoon starts by sharpening its claws, ready to tear a slice off of Ash, but loses a good 2/3 of its HP to Venoshock. Not sure what the point of using Home Claws is again, but hey, whatever, go for it. One more Venoshock is all it takes. They're about to send out Pangoro, so we swap into Buttons. Pangoro devastates Buttons' HP with a nasty crunch. The hail doesn't do much better, leaving us with only 1 HP. Buttons goes for an acrobatics and knocks Pangoro flat on its butt. Team Yell is defeated, and they're going on about something about riding Dreadnought? I don't know, they're weird. Dreadnought's had enough of their shit and just runs away. The doctor seems relieved to be free of the 2 grunts. So happy indeed that he upgrades our Rotom bike to be able to go over water. We put the bike to good use and grab the Razor Claw to evolve Sneasel. We make our way through the icy water and head to Spikemouth, only to find some trainers and gym challengers waiting outside the shuttered door. Thankfully, we know Marnie well enough by now that she lets us use the back door. Yeah, I probably could have phrased that better. She says she'll let us in the town if we can only defeat her in a Pokemon battle. It's a very tired Dwarf versus Marnie's Liepard. Liepard begins with a nasty plot, but is taken out by Brick Break in 1 hit. Toxicroak takes the field next. Dwarf had planned to use a Spirit Break, but Toxicroak took him out with Poison Jab. Dwarf faints and we send in Ziggy, who nearly takes Toxicroak down with 1 Mega Kick. I wish that kick had a little more power because we're confused by his swagger, and of course Marnie just used a Hyper Potion. Ziggy lands a decent Night Slash. He goes in for another Mega Kick before hurting himself in confusion. Toxicroak is readying another Poison Jab. It not only was a critical hit, but it poisoned Ziggy as well. Toxicroak dodges out of the way of Ziggy's Mega Kick. Ziggy faints due to a Venoshock. I release the Kraken, but Toxicroak is waiting with a Sucker Punch, taking out a good chunk of Kraken's HP. I completely forgot about the dry skin ability, and well, I hope you like the heal, Toxicroak. One last Sucker Punch and the Kraken is unreleased. Hollow takes Kraken's place on the field, only to be hit by his swagger. Hollow is confused but still manages to launch the misclicked Flamethrower. Totally meant to go for Energy Ball. Seeing as Toxicroak is going to faint next turn due to Perish Body, I take the chance and revive Dwarf. Sucker Punch misses and Toxicroak's Perish count falls to 0. It's Dwarf and Morpeko for the final round of the battle. Morpeko opens with a Torment. Not one to be left out of the fun, Dwarf comes right back with a Spirit Break of his own. 1 long row of gym trainers later, and our trainer is not sure if she's at a concert or a Pokemon gym. Scrafty starts the battle with a Brick Break, but is hurt by Dwarf's spiky helmet. Spirit Break gets Dwarf another win. Obstagoon is up next. Dwarf takes out a good chunk of HP with Play Rough, but Obstagoon comes in with a Brick Break to knock out Dwarf. Next round, Ziggy and Malamar. Ziggy's already pretty tired from the weigh-in, and apparently I was as well, cause I had him use Surf against a water type? Yeah, no, I'm stupid. Both attacks do little damage, but one last foul play from Malamar is enough to take him down. Silver joins the battle, and is immediately hit with a payback from Malamar. It doesn't bother him much because he comes right in to knock Malamar out with Avalanche. Piers obviously has no respect for our nose and sends in a Skuntank. Hey, he just says right there, he doesn't even care if it stinks. Toxic first. Silver puts in a decent effort with Avalanche, but it's not quite good enough. Silver is hurt by the poison and readies an Avalanche. There comes the Sucker Punch that was supposed to be used first. Silver unleashes his attack and takes down the Skuntank. 1 more badge for us, and Piers can get back to doing what he loves most. And it's just battle after battle this episode. From one gym to another, it's time to take down Rayhan. Gigalith starts a sandstorm. I'm not sure if this is a good time for thinking about camping or not, but for Hollow it is. Flygon starts by using Steel Wing against Silver. He hits him with his tail? I'm not sure if that's your wing, buddy. Well, I was planning to use Silver a little longer, but one body press takes him down. I call in Dwarf in place of Silver. Flygon once again goes for Steel Wing, but Dwarf dodges out of the way. Dwarf then uses Play Rough and takes Flygon down. Still working on whittling away Gigalith's HP, Hollow unleashes another Energy Ball. Deciding to be an annoying little pain in the butt, Gigalith uses Stealth Rock. Rayhan calls out his Sandaconda. If you guys would like to see more adventuring around, wild battles, learning TMs, bids Poké Centers and all that stuff, in any future runs, just let me know in the comments below. Gigalith is finally taken down by Dwarf's Brick Break. Sandaconda is not happy about losing its partner and paralyzes Dwarf with a glare. Hollow throws a pretty strong energy ball at Sandaconda. Duraludon takes the field, and knowing what's coming, I prepare to Dynamax Dwarf. Rayhan seems a little too excited about the coming storm. One Steel Spike from Duraludon and Dwarf is taken down into the red. Sandaconda then uses an Earth Power. Dwarf is so done for next turn. An Energy Ball to the face takes down Sandaconda. Dwarf manages to get in a Max Knuckle. Before both he and Hollow are buffeted by the Sandstorm. You know what? I'm gonna be that arse who uses a Max Potion. Duraludon takes a little over half Dwarf's HP with another Steel Spike. Dwarf comes in with another Max Knuckle. The Sandstorm finally subsides, but it doesn't bother Duraludon much as he comes in with another Steel Spike to knock out Dwarf. Who descended next? Darbus hasn't seen much action lately. Let's go with him. Duraludon is finally down to normal size. 2 against 1 is no problem as Duraludon hits both Pokemon with a Breaking Swipe. A combo of Flamethrower from Hollow and a Stomping Tantrum from Darbus, and yeah, you see that little red sliver that's just taunting? It's just there. It shouldn't be there. It really shouldn't be there. Thankfully, Hollow comes in for the win with a Shadow Sneak. Gotta love those priority moves. Immediately after the battle, Darbus finally goes and evolves. Hate to break it to you, Hop, but that's not happening, bud. Been nice to know who the other trainers competing in the cup were and then maybe see a battle or two, but you know, this is Pokemon and they're not putting that much work into the story. Lifeheart starts by tormenting Hollow. Hollow comes back with Flamethrower. Lifeheart is coming out with a nasty plot on how to win this thing. I had Hollow use Energy Ball and tried to use a Shadow Sneak to knock Lifeheart out. But of course it didn't work. Marnie went and used a Full Restore. Lifeheart is so happy about the Full Restore it goes and knocks Hollow out with a Snarl. Dwarf takes the stage but finds himself immediately tormented by Lifeheart. Lifeheart loses almost half of its HP to Thunder Punch. A super effective Snarl just about takes Darbus out. Darbus isn't pleased and he goes on a Stamping Tantrum, taking Lifeheart down in the process. Scrafty is up next for Marnie. Dwarf breaks a few bricks above Scrafty's head and takes away a good 2/3 of HP. Scraggy musters its scariest scary face, and then goes to confuse Dwarf by using Swagger. One more brick break takes Scrafty down. Toxicroak is up next, and belches out a Toxic to poison Dwarf. Its time on the field isn't long as Dwarf takes it out with a Fire Punch. Marnie sends out her Morpeko, who tries to take down Dwarf with a Spark, but is then taken out by a rough play. Morpeko's down, and Marnie surprises everybody with a Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. Where'd you catch that thing? Grimmsnarl immediately takes down Dwarf with a Max Starfall. We bring out Dynamax Silver. One Max Steel Spike takes out a good chunk of Grimmsnarl's health. Silver manages to get through a Max Starfall, and one more Steel Spike will win us the match. Marnie looks kinda disappointed she has to go home and become a gym leader. I wouldn't call it the battle he's been waiting for, but you know, it's the battle he's getting. Hop sends out his woolly sweater, and we send out our Halloween decor. Dubwool begins with a Zen Headbutt. Hollow barely feels it and goes in for a Confuse Ray. Another headbutt later and Hollow is down to about half health. Flamethrower barely singes Dubwool's wool. Another spam of Zen Headbutt. That poor Dubwool's gonna have a concussion. Hollow launches an energy ball, but this is one absurdly sturdy sheep. I'm determined to be just as much of a pain in the arse, and I'm using the super potion. Does Dubwool even know any other attacks at this point? See, even the audience is getting annoyed. Oh my god, Hop, use something else. I am so tired of this Dubwool. Oh, now it shows it knows another attack. The absurdly sturdy sheep finally falls to a brick break. I'd be a little surprised if you weren't expecting that. Hop sends out Pinchurchin. The round starts with a fire punch from Dwarf, that's quickly answered by a poison jab from Pinchurchin. Thankfully, Pinchurchin isn't as sturdy as Dubwool and falls to a play rough. Dwarf gets in a good hit with Fire Punch, but is taken out by Steel Wing. Kraken comes out, but is immediately hit by the Drill Peck. That's okay though, because Shadow Ball takes Corviknight down. It's Snorlax versus Kraken. Ancient Power barely makes a dent in Snorlax's health. Body Slam brings Kraken down into the yellow. But Scald does the same for Snorlax. Kraken cannot take another hit and is down by a Heavy Slam. That allows us to switch into Silver and go straight for Retaliate. Snorlax is down. Inteleon is Hop's last Pokemon. So you know that means Dynamax Town! I was getting kinda lazy at this point and I didn't bother to Dynamax. A couple of throat chops later and Inteleon is down for the count. Can't say he's too happy about losing that. We're into the final stretch of the game, guys. Consider giving this video a like if you'd like me to do more Pokemon runs in the future. Please feel free to check out the rest of the channel as well. I know we're smaller than small at the moment, but we hope to grow this into a really fun channel with lots of playthroughs and game guides. Later that evening, and it seems Leon has gotten lost again. So horrible keeping Hop from his dinner plans. We finally make it to Rose Tower, only to find Oleana being, very, very creepy. We make quick work of her team. She ends up looking like someone ate the last slice of pizza. Oh, look at that. It's Mr. Let's Make Your Brother Late for Eating Supper. Of course she knows we can't have the championship match this easily. It finally happened! Finally found that wild Doublade in the wild area. It turned out to be female, so I named it Fee. It's time to claim the sword and shield. Meanwhile, in the basement of Hammerlock Gym, we find out why we couldn't have our match today. You know, Rose had to go screw it up, so we had to take him down. He paces around and jabbers on for long enough that he thinks the champion should have captured Eternionist by now. One unsuccessful battle with a gigantic worm later, and the two newest legendary doggos make quite the entrance. Hop's absurdly sturdy sheep takes the gigantic Eternatus down. What a friend. His Pokemon takes down a legendary Pokemon, and yet he offers us to capture it. Of course we're going to take him up on that offer, even if it's a Pokemon that we won't use. The day of the championship match dawns. Are you guys excited to get this over with? I know my back's sure excited to get up from this chair. Hitting with a super effective Night Slash makes me realize that, yeah, Hop learned how to be annoying from his brother. But at least his brother knows how to use super effective moves. Another Night Slash, and Leon is sending out his Seismitoad. Ziggy uses Double Edge, but faints from the recoil damage. Hollow comes in and takes an Earthquake pretty well. One Energy Ball down Seismitoad. Cinderace can be kind of annoying, so I switch to Kraken. Cinderace opens with Acrobatics, taking away a nice chunk of Kraken's HP. Scald takes Cinderace down into the red. You know Leon had to have a full restore on hand, although it uses Acrobatics to knock out Kraken. Dwarf takes Kraken's place and is hit with Acrobatics for half HP. Then uses Foul Play to knock out Cinderace. Leon sends out Haxorus, who then uses Poison Jab to knock down Dwarf. Silver comes out to play. He is almost immediately taken down by Iron Tail, but manages to take down Haxorus with an Avalanche. And Silver is also able to stick around long enough to take out Dragapult with a Throat Chop. We take Silver's final turn in order to revive Dwarf. Looks like it's time to see just what this Gigantamax Charizard can really do. Poor Silver is taken down in just one G-Max Wildfire. Not quite sure what I was expecting to happen here. Or even here. I mean, like, everything I just sent in is really weak to fire. Oh, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I was trying to stall out all the Gigantamax turns. Charizard, say hello to Dynamax Dwarf's Max Starfall. Charizard begins absorbing light for a Solar Beam, and Dwarf hits with a Max Knuckle. Charizard attacks, but Dwarf barely feels a thing. Then Dwarf knocks his opponent out with a Max Darkness. And with that, this battle is over. I really enjoyed creating this series for you all. If there's anything else you'd like to see from me in the future, just drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed your time with our team, please consider leaving them a like. They love it even better than a good bowl of Pokechow. Until next time, stay safe and game on!